above, where k is a positive constant, for what value of k, if any, is f continuous?
So value of k where f is continuous. So if I give you a piecewise function and I want it to be a continuous function in the end, all we have to do is plug in the 3 into the x and this 3 into my second piecewise function. So when I do, I'm going to get k to the power of 3 plus 3. Set that equal to 16 all over k squared minus 3. And it is with Desmos, so we're going to type this one in line 1. Line 1. The second one is going to be line where? Line 2. So once you have it, go ahead and start typing it in. And I'm going to move it so I can type with you. So we have, instead of k, let's use x. So we have x to the power of 3. And then we have plus 3. My line 2, I'm going to start with the division. 16 on top. X squared minus 3. And the nice thing about the Desmo is that you don't have to try to put in all this keystroke, but just zoom out of it and find where they're intersecting, and you just click on it. Now, the norm on the AP test is 3 decimal places. Okay, so on your paper, we're going to round the first one to 2.08 what? 081, comma, 12.01 what? 5. So look at your answer choices. It says, what is the value of k, which is our x value in this case? How many? A, very good. Was that pretty easy to do? Yeah. And very fast, right? All right, moving on to number 26. Everyone go to number 26. All right, Darius, let's read number 26, please.
The graph of y equals f deck on interval 0 less than x less than 5 is interval. Which of the following could be the graph of y equals f prime of x?
Very good. So we're looking at the original graph and we're comparing that with the slope graph. So at this point, isn't that a horizontal tangent? Horizontal tangent means my slope is at where? 0. So now let's go to my slope graph. Is A at 0? Yes. Is B at 0? Yep. Is C at 0? But then is D at 0? Cross it off. And then I want to look at this piece right here. My graph is increasing. That means my slope is what kind of sign? Positive. So let's kind of recall. For the slope graph, everything above is positive. Everything below is what? Negative. I want everything above on the left side of that. So which one can I eliminate from A, B, and C? C is gone. And then I'm going to look at the right side of the slope at 0. So this guy over here. So my graph is increasing. So when it's increasing, what's my slope there as well? Positive. So if it is positive, is it above or below? Below. So let's compare the remaining and see which one our best answer is. Is it A or B? A. Now let's go to number 90. Okay, on number 90. Ooh, next one. So if I ever give you a table, is it a good day? Yes, it is. Okay? All right, Kyle, go to read number 90, please.
The table above gives values of the differentiable function f and its derivatives at selected values of x. If g is the inverse function of f, which of the following is an equation of the line tangent to the graph of g at the point where x is equal to 2?
Let's highlight G is the inverse function of f. Hopefully y'all remember the inverse formula. And then I'm going to say, write the equation of a line tangent to the graph of G. Oh, they also gave us a point where x equals 2. So let's start with the inverse derivative. So G is the inverse function of f. So without looking at your flashcard, G prime of x. What was the formula? 1 all over what? F prime of G of x. Good job. And then the value of x we're plugging in is how many? 2. So we have G prime of 2. is equal to 1 all over f prime of g of 2. Now go into our table. We're looking for the inside first right here. What value am I looking for on the x? 2? Ooh, do I have the value of 2 at all? At 2, do I have a g function? Oh, so because they're inverses, write this down. If this is determining our f graph, we have 3, 2. Do we all see where I'm getting 3, 2 from right here? Because they're inverses, can I swap them for the g? And say this must be what, what? 2, 3. Now do I know g of 2? Yes, I do. So we have 1 all over f prime. All that is going to become what? 3. Now let's find this guy over here. We have 1 all over. Let's find 3. And we're going to which function? The original or the prime? Prime. What's our value? 5. So now let's talk about tangent lines. When we're writing an equation of a line, we need a point and we need a what? Point and a slope. We already have a slope, correct? So our slope is 1/5. So going back to our second part of our question on here. Line tangent to the graph of G. So am I going to use this point or this point? Which is my G? Isn't that 2, 3? That's x1 and y1. So I'm going to put in here we have 2, 3. And let's apply our point slope formula. Y minus what? 3, very good, is equal to, what's my slope? 1/5. X minus what? 2. And that almost looks like which one? C, because visually you're moving the 3 over by adding, correct? Perfect.